Well, we have the new hatch in place. It's been here for about a month now, truth be told, and it is a little messy. There's some sealant that's kind of leaking around the edges here, and that's fine. I don't care, because we're going to fill this gap with gap filler. Now, I thought this gap was a lot bigger in my head. This is maybe 1 inch tall by 1 inch deep, and this can fill up to 3 inches. So we're not going to need much. We're just going to fill all this little interior with it, and then we're going to cut off the excess, and you can actually sand and paint this stuff. So it'll look just fine once we do all that. But for now, we're just going to actually get the stuff in there and let it cure, because it takes 8 hours. So we're going to go ahead and get it started. And we're going to let that sit, and then I guess we'll come back in the morning to actually shape it. But after that, we've got some items that I'm going to try and use to manufacture my own kind of like tiller lock. The lake isn't big enough to use an autopilot. Doesn't make any sense, even though I've got one. Just kind of chilling right there. So we're going to just kind of wing one with some line and some plastic chain. And here comes another motorboat, just kind of making his way in. He's probably looking for the ramp, which is 1 pier over. So yeah, let's fill this gap and see what happens. We're gonna do a small test first, because if this is a big old dripping mess, I don't want to mess. I don't want to go around the whole thing. It's just not worth the time. Let's hope it's not the case. All right, we gave her 60 seconds of shaking. Can says wear gloves and protect your eyes, so we're gonna back up a little bit because I don't have goggles. I've got glasses on, and I've got this rubber glove I used for chemicals, for cleaning and removing the head and all that. So let's see what this does. There it goes. It says to fill in 50% of what you want to fill. Oh, she's still coming. Oh no. It's apparently not too difficult to clean this stuff up. You know, we're just gonna manually hold you guys. Okay. So yeah, it's getting in there. I don't know how long it takes to expand, but we'll fill this little spot here. And we'll just leave that. You know what? I don't know how long this can's good for before this stuff fills up, so just to be safe. This is going to be a mess. What a weird experiment I've decided to do here. Oh god, no. Ah, get off. Alright. Let's see what the can says about how to not. Well, I guess maybe I just gotta clean the tip off. But I'm gonna give this a few minutes to see how it looks like. In a few minutes. Yeah. So I went ahead and added more to fill in the gaps. We need it to overflow so I can cut off excess and sand it down. It needs to be smooth or it'll look like shit when I paint it. So hopefully this expands, fills in its own little gaps and holes. I might keep adding more just to be sure. I'd rather do too much than not enough and end up with like weird patchy spots. I've never used this stuff on anything before, so I have no idea how much more this is going to expand. But we're going to just keep waiting and find out. So that is coming along nicely. I don't see any spots where it's not at least overhanging the gap. So we'll let that dry out and cut it off tomorrow and see if we can sand and paint it. But for now, we're gonna go try and affix some kind of tiller holder thing. I have an idea. Come check it out. So I saw a video of this British brothers, and their tiller lock was just a length of chain set over some kind of bolt, I think, or a screw. So we are going to try and figure that out with what looks like a pre-existing lock that held line. See what I can fandangle with it. I ended up not using this chain idea. The existing tiller tamer works just fine with 1/4 inch line, which I later tied on with the help of a friend who is smarter than I am when it comes to boats. So this is just a weird quick time lapse because the background looks pretty and the water looks nice, of me draping a chain over the tiller and then taking it back off and then screwing things and then putting them back and then just giving up. So the last time I was here, I was trying to tighten this, but this turned with it. So every time I would tighten, this rigging, this is turning. Which I don't think is supposed to happen, because then the whole thing just unravels itself. So I'm wondering if I can hold it in place. No, that's just twisting through it. Looks like they have held it here before, because this is chewed up already. Oh, it's wanting to go. I can feel it. It's resisting. Yeah, I'm no expert on this, so I shouldn't be doing this anyway, but I was curious if I could make that tighter at all. And that's the way to do it, I guess. So here we are after, it's been like 3 or 4 hours, I think. And it's pretty firm. I already tested it out and cut off a little piece here. It's looking good. It's very squeezy. You can just kind of pinch that. But yeah, looks like we've got more than enough around all the corners. So we're going to shave it off in the morning, sand it down, see how she looks. That's all I could really get done, because my tiller lock idea isn't going to work. It would, but I don't want to put any bolts on the handle. My rigging, I'm going to have someone who knows what they're doing actually mess with that, because I don't want to screw it up, and I will. And I think it's the only projects I had left, really. Beyond that, I think we're going to go sailing. So hopefully this video transitions to me sailing tomorrow, if it doesn't storm. The weather says it won't. I don't believe it, because it's West Kentucky and the weather does whatever it damn well pleases. So we'll see what happens.